Welcome back to Pod of the Dead. This means we're running it now.
I know. I'm here for it.
Welcome back to Pod of the Dead, episode 4. We're out here speed running podcasts. Am I right?
I'm gonna hit you.
Am I right?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you live on the podcast.
Would you hit a celebrity? Would you? Whenever I say would you, oh my god. Whenever I say would you, I think of the Brave meme, where it's like, if you could change your fate, would you? I think it's really funny. I'm taking the dream. It's so uncomfortable with that dream mask on.
This is a very off-topic intro for what we're doing.
Hey, welcome to Pod of the Dead, episode 4.
Woo! We made it to episode 4 somehow.
Episode 4. I don't know how we did it. We usually do these things like one time, and then we just forget about them. But here we are. Episode 4.
Yeah, because this is actually like fun to record.
Yeah, and so now we can not talk about Cold War, which means that I can talk about things that are fun.
Yeah, because Jack is a little baby boy idiot.
I am anti-Cold War.
He's a little piece of shit, dumb fuck ass bitch.
I'll put the dream mask back on, okay? I'll do it.
No, I won't stop laughing. We can't record the podcast if I can't.
So we got a couple of things going this podcast, or I think just like 2 things. Or I guess 3 things. 3 things. Yeah. This is going to be the perk episode. We're talking about perks. Everything to do with perks. We're going to rank them worst to best. We have the perks here. We got the ones I got them.
We got the bottles, yes sir. It's off camera.
We got the bottles right here. We're going to put them up behind us, ranking from worst to best. Do you want your side to be worst or my side to be worst?
I don't think it matters.
Cool, so your side's going to be worst. And then, so we're going to do that, and then we're going to also kind of talk about the other ways to get perks, you know?
Like, yeah, it'll just be like, we'll discuss how to get the perks. I'm sure we'll talk about it when we talk about the context of the perks.
My favorite way to get perks is to buy them from the machine.
I would tend to agree for the most part. Maybe from an arcade machine.
I get it. Oh, I get it, and that's a good segue to the custom map of the week. We did it this week.
Yep, we got a custom map. We're gonna talk about that.
Here's what I'll say. I don't know who it was made by.
I also don't remember.
We'll check it when the video cuts.
We'll put it in post.
Or we'll just check it when the video cuts.
I'm editing. We'll put it in post.
Put it in post. But yeah, so we got all that. We're talking about perks, custom map of the week. And it's going to be good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Jack is going to be taking the lead on this one a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been kind of the ringleader of the discussions and the topics a little bit.
Just we've been talking about Cold War, which I know very little about.
Jack don't vibe with it, so we're letting him have his episode, his discussion. This is his thing.
This is my episode, which is why we'll be talking solely about Origins. And also Shadows of Evil, but not the parts that he likes.
What are those parts?
I don't know, but whatever it is, it's not your part.
I don't think there are many parts of Shadows that I actually dislike.
Welcome to the Perkcast. Perk of the Dead. Pod of Perk. Okay, so what do you want? You want to just start with ranking perks?
Let's just go, yeah. Let's just start in. Maybe we can like take a break and talk about the custom map. Maybe we can like discuss a little bit of like the perk methodology.
Okay, all right. So here's how we're gonna do this. I'm deciding this right now. I am going to be like, this is the worst perk in zombies, and then Sky's either gonna talk me up or talk me down.
Yeah, that's
or be like, damn right.
He did like a tier list. He did his like ranking of all the
very
perks.
basic. I didn't put it. We haven't talked about it. I just kind of mentally did it before we got ready to do this.
I don't know what he ranked, so this is just gonna be first time for me.
God,
I'm gonna see what he said. I'm gonna react to it, kind of agree or disagree with him.
Or do you want to go by tiers? You want to go by tiers, or do you want to go by what's the worst?
Just say this is we're in the lowest tier. This is what I think is the worst in that tier.
So we're in the lowest tier.
Okay.
And for what I think is the worst perk.
Little mystery box. Okay.
It's Tombstone. I think Tombstone is the worst perk we've ever seen. It's really bad. Also, we're talking about only like things from from World at War to BO3. Perks that were in BO4, perks that were, or the way the perks were adjusted in Cold War are not relevant.
Not to this discussion.
Not to this discussion. And obviously other things like, Elemental Pop is kind of cool. I hate it, but whatever. But
I don't know why that's the one that you mentioned.
Because it's in cold, whatever. I also doesn't...
It's not in anything else. It's
I thought about that. Whatever. Either way, we're going to be ranking them purely based on what they were from World at War to BO3, and Tombstone is the worst one. It's just not good. It has like one use, and that use is fine.
I don't think I agree with this one, though. I think personally that there is a perk that is a little bit worse.
I'm going to disagree with you on that, because I think I know what you think it is.
Okay. I mean, my main reasoning for Tombstone is just because it has the utility of... You should hold the logo of the perk to the camera, by the way.
I did it. We got Tombstone.
Okay.
Yeah, also, these are sick-ass bottles. They're really cool.
Yeah, they're sick. The Tombstone has a bluish color in this bottle, which is kind of
weird. The bottle colors are a little bit weird, but it's fine. They're super cool.
Yeah, anyway.
Maybe we'll link them. We'll link the Etsy thing in the description.
That's a good idea. We could make an actual useful description.
Yeah, and not just spam pot of the dead. Or we'll put the link, like, this is our purchase, they're actually really cool, and then we'll spam pot of the dead. But no, these are really cool. But I'm gonna set Tombstone down. That's in shot right there. That's why I think it's the worst perk we've ever seen. We'll talk about other things when we get there, but we're still in the F tier.
Okay, well, I feel like when we're on the perk, we should discuss the perk.
Oh,
the reason that I think Tombstone is not the worst, I think there's one very specific reason why, and that's because it allows you to get more perks.
I mean, sure.
Which I think is a utility that the other perk that I think we're both thinking of just doesn't have.
I mean, sure, but I also I kind of enjoy the perk we're not thinking about, the perk they're not talking about. That I assume we're both talking about the same perk.
I mean,
I'm nervous that we're not talking about the same perk.
I'm gonna imagine you're gonna whip out some
double tap 2, not 1, but putting 2 here.
You're gonna hit me with like. You're gonna hit me with like Juggernaut.
I just don't use it very much personally.
Widow's Wine.
Okay, but so I mean it's fine.
All right, just pull out the next perk. Let's talk about it.
I'm thinking.
Just take it out. Just take out the perk.
So
we know we both know what we're thinking.
So what I'm thinking about, that I think that you're thinking about, that I think I still put higher than Tombstone, is Who's Who.
Obviously. What's your reasoning?
I think it spices it up a little bit. Like it'll be like, okay, clutch up for a minute. And if you're good at the game, if you're kind of good, you can clutch it up. It's like a skill test, on one of the greatest maps in the history of zombies.
Yeah. I feel like I might like Who's Who a little bit more if it wasn't just on Die Rise, honestly. I think we would like Tombstone a little more if it wasn't just on Train.
I agree, but they're like in nothing. But Who's Who's fine. It's like, you just respawn, and I think it's a cool gimmick. I like the gimmick.
It's a cool gimmick, but it's not very useful.
It isn't super useful, but it's a cool gimmick, and I appreciate the gimmick. Let me put it close. Let me put it close and give the
little view of the bottle. Let everyone see it nice and in detail. Show the high quality production here.
I don't know if it's focused. It's also really bright because the ring light is doing.
You can find a link to these perk bottles in the description.
And it isn't even ours. We're promoting somebody else.
Yeah.
Cool. But I like the gimmick of Who's Who, and I think it contributes to a positive game experience.
I guess so.
Which is why I put it above Tombstone.
I think the utility of Tombstone just in being able to get more perks.
I mean, also Who's Who lets you play beyond QR.
That is true.
So
Tombstone is only really useful in co-op too. Yeah. Okay. You know what?
Yeah. If you're in solo, Tombstone is useless.
I think I agree with you here.
All right. So we're gonna put Who's Who there.
I still think the utility of Tombstone is good.
Tombstone is a good utility, however, Who's Who is fun, and I enjoy it.
Fair enough.
Now, this is where we're debatably still in the bottom tier, I think, personally.
Okay.
Just
take the perk out.
I think the next perk we're talking about is Deadshot Daiquiri.
That's what I expected here.
Because, on PC, it is the worst perk.
Probably.
I think undebatably on PC it's the worst perk. Oh, does this lower your ADS spread? No, not your ADS.
It gives you better hipfire.
Hipfire spread. Thank you. But so I think that it's fun. It's good on console though. I think it's helpful on console for like early rounds and shit. But obviously like in high rounds, it's entirely useless. But I mean, it's just like what is there to talk about?
Yeah, it's just
you aim into the head, which is fine, and then your hip fire's tighter.
Yeah, you get it. It does have like some usefulness. Like the hip fire accuracy, I think in some situations could be kind of nice. Like Deadshot's one of those perks that if you get it from like a free perk Easter egg, you're not happy about it, but then also like you kind of subtly notice the effects of it a little bit. Yeah, it's just kind of nice to be there.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put this. But when I made my tier list, that was the bottom tier, and this was above it. This was in D.
Yeah, if you're on console, it's in a tier up.
PC, it's the worst, but I don't play on PC. I play on console, so we're gonna give it a little bit of distance, just a little bit of distance.
Yeah.
Enough to be like that's a tier change.
Yeah.
And now the next one is up for debate. I don't know. Also, I might pick it up, and you're gonna be like, "That's blasphemous." What are you doing? Do you do that every once in a while?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, I do it too. I do it too. He's really funny. You'll be like talking about Cold War, I'll just
do a little eye roll. Ugh. He's talking about Cold War again.
Okay, but so what I think that I'm gonna put here, I think you're gonna hate me for it. I think.
What are you gonna take?
Picking up Mule Kick. I don't think Mule Kick is good. I think so.
I think Mule Kick is situationally good.
Mule Kick, I agree, is situationally good. However, similar to Who's Who, Mule Kick is a perk that in some situations you get and you're like, God damn it, this makes the game harder.
Yeah, I think Mule Kick can be actively detrimental.
That's the thing. Who's Who can also be activated detrimental. Like at worst, Tombstone isn't going to affect your game. However, Who's Who can positively affect it. While Tombstone has like very rare situations where it can work out and you can do some cool shit. And Mule Kick has a couple situations where it does well. And has people you run it on a couple maps. You run it as a thing.
Now I will say, if you are a high round player, you will disagree with this because Mule Kick is like the most useful perk that you can have on like every map that has it. Like Mule Kick in damn near every high round strat is mandatory. Yeah. If you're playing at the top level.
That's what I found.
Which for me personally would make me bump it up a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't do that, but I think that more often than not when I'm playing zombies, if I'm doing high rounds, of course, you're like, oh, let's go Mule Kick.
Yeah.
Or if you get it from like a random thing, because I think a lot of it's about like you get a random perk on a map. This is your perk.
Yeah. So what I'll say. When I'm playing casually, when I'm just chilling or doing whatever, bad, not good.
Well, like actively bad.
I do like I know we said we weren't going to talk about Cold War, but it's basically the same thing on Cold War. It's just 3 guns. I avoid buying Mule Kick on Cold War. It is the only perk that I won't buy until I have my full setup because it does have some extra utility. But yeah.
But yeah, it is when I play because I rarely play on high rounds. When I do play for high rounds, I do have Mule Kick, which is why it's this high. But when I am not doing high rounds and I get Mule Kick, I'm like, God damn it, now I can't buy another gun. Unless I have a bunch of, because if I have a bunch of money, it doesn't really matter, because you can chuck it in the back of the machine and walk away.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's where it goes.
Yeah.
And that's, I
do think I would personally put it in, like, C tier, and it's, like, situationally really bad or necessary.
I think you could put it in C tier, but
I think if you're a high round player, it goes in S tier.
Yep. Now,
so I think it's worth acknowledging that, like,
high round players are put a lot higher, and
we are not like consistent high round players, which is why here it ranks like pretty low tier.
Hi. So we got our next perk, which is double tap 1. Double tap 1. I think is just past it because I know people who would actively not buy double tap.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people who do that.
However, I think that's stupid. Guns shoot fast, do damage faster. Good. There's very little to talk about. Yeah, guns shoot faster, shoot fast is good in my opinion.
Yeah, it's also you're putting it in like the D tier.
Yeah, but it's better than those ones.
I mean, yeah, but it's also just kind of a bad perk.
It doesn't do very much, but it does everything. But like people will be like, oh, you lose your ammo faster. I don't like it. Just be more just conserve more, you fucking idiot. You twat bitch.
I mean, to be fair, also, like, when you use more ammo like that, it is a little bit harder to be accurate when stuff is shooting faster. Like, if your aim is off, you're using more ammo not on target. Which means it is easier to use ammo not actively shooting.
But here's what I want you to imagine. It's 10 years ago. You're playing Doris. You're camping on the catwalk, PBSH, MG42. You have double tap.
I mean, yeah, but if you're on Doris with those guns, you don't have any other options. You're gonna buy double tap. It's not bad enough that you're actively gonna avoid putting it in a slot.
Yeah.
I mean, I would personally put it in like C tier because I don't think it's that bad.
Well, this is top of D tier. This is the highest perk in D tier personally.
All right.
But just like gun shoot fast does good, more damage good. That's thoughts on double tap, and that's the end of D tier.
Okay.
Now this is where it gets murky.
Okay.
This is where it gets really murky for me.
Moving up in the world.
Because I don't know. I elbowed it.
Don't elbow the fucking perks,
I'm gonna
Jackson.
say PhD flopper. Bottom of C tier, I think. I don't know.
Really? You put PhD at the bottom of C tier?
Bottom of C tier. I mean, what's lower that isn't already there? So here's the perk.
I mean, I don't know, but I know that the utility of PhD, especially in some situations, is very, very good. Very high.
Yes, but like we're weighing this up against Widow's, Speed Cola, QR, Double Tap 2, Stamina Up, Cherry, Jug. It isn't better than any of those perks.
I might put PhD over something like Speed Cola.
Arguable, however, I disagree. Because I think it makes LMGs viable. However, PhD's hype. So. Mustang and Sally, PhD, on like Ascension, camping in Pack-a-Punch. Whoo!
Yeah, I'm gonna bring high rounds up again. Black Ops 1, PhD on high rounds, incredibly useful in like every case that you can get it.
Yeah, it's good. But it's again
camping on Ascension in the power room, Mustang and Sally's ray gun, just vibing up there.
I mean, yeah, but just like
the flopper effect is really good early on, plus the no fall damage.
That's big, but it just isn't. I mean, it's like I cannot personally make it any better than any of the other perks.
All right,
It's so murky. I'm like disagreeing with myself now. The rest of them.
Here's what I'll say. Throw it up there, and then we'll look at the rest of the perks, and then we'll reassess.
Okay, let me turn this way. I'm probably making noise on the mic right now. My apologies. I'm gonna hand them to you, and you do them.
Okay.
Because I think we'll be able to do it better. Now here, I don't know. There's a lot up for debate here, and I think I think I'm gonna go Speed Cola. I think I'm gonna go Speed Cola here.
Yeah, I would agree. Speed Cola.
And because it's like the only one that I think I can put there. And I think this may be the end of C tier.
Yeah, I gotta say, Speed Cola is a very mid perk in my opinion.
However, I'll say personally, I think Speed Cola based on viability is there. But personally, actually no, put it up there because it's just you reload faster. There's not a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I think
a lot of the old perks is very little to talk about.
I think Speed Cola does have like some situations where Speed Cola is just a convenience perk.
Just a convenience perk. However, with LMGs, it makes a lot of LMGs viable. Like a lot of the LMGs that have like the top loading thing, you just can't use.
There are some situations where you need Speed Cola for like strategies and stuff, but that's not enough for it to justify having a higher ranking in my opinion.
Yeah, but just it's a convenience perk, but it's a really nice convenience personally.
Yeah, it's a good convenience, but I don't think it's better than some of the other stuff like the other good perks.
So we're gonna call that the end of C tier, right?
Sure. Okay.
And then I personally don't like this perk that we're getting up to next.
Okay.
I understand the viability of it and why it's not a terrible perk. However, I never used and enjoyed it.
Okay.
And that'd be Voltron. I don't like Voltron very much.
Really?
Like everybody always really enjoyed it. I never liked it. It was just, it's fine.
Why do you not like Voltron?
It just never felt like it made any difference. Because it's buried. And it's the easiest map ever. And it just like
I guess that's true. I stand by that Voltrade would be a great perk on other maps.
very well could be, but on a map like Buried, because you have to put it like in the context of it's Buried. If it's only on Buried, you can't put it in another context.
I really wish it was in other maps because I like Voltrade. I'm a person who likes the perk quite a bit. But I think it's a really nice perk because it's got like you get ammo from it that in the older games is really nice. You got extra points from it.
What I think is that in all the older games, Buried is the only map this could be on without it being ungodly levels of busted.
That might be true.
Purely based on getting ammo for one weapons.
It's also kind of like a themed perk. It's very themed to Buried.
Yeah, it's a vulture, and then it's an elixir. So.
Yeah, I think it is, on the merits of it as a perk, very good. In the context of where it is, not quite as good. I think I might personally put it in like A tier, but
really?
I'm fine with it being in a B tier slot. Maybe A tier. B tier might be fair for it.
Oh my god, it gets so murky. I don't know. I don't know what to do next. After Cherry?
After Cherry?
Nope.
You mean after Voltrade?
After Voltrade, my first instinct...
Is it maybe Cherry?
No, it's not Cherry. Cherry's in the conversation.
My first instinct, Juggernaut.
There's 3 perks. There's 3 perks that I'm thinking of next.
Okay, how many perks do we have left?
6. We have 6 perks left. That was loud. Dude, we have
That's
6.
fine.
We have 6 perks left.
Yeah, that was just our roommate closing the door.
I don't know.
Jack is really struggling with it.
I'm struggling.
He's having a hard time with this.
Because, okay, so I'm just gonna throw it out. I'm absolutely willing for everything here to be changed. From the next 3 to be changed.
Yep.
But my first instinct is QR. That's my first instinct. I don't know how much I believe in it, but it's my first instinct to put next.
QR is at least an A tier perk.
I think that's at least fine available, but my first instinct that like when I'm playing a game, I go, what perk do I need? Every perk left I get before QR.
I mean, yeah, but I think with the point that you're at in zombies, if you die with QR early in a game, you're probably not going to keep the game going. But I think once you get into a game that you want to keep alive, QR is bare minimum an A tier perk.
Agreed, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel. Again, I'm absolutely willing for this to be there, to be anywhere, and we're gonna put this a tier up. We're gonna tier up.
Yeah,
this guy.
no, this is an A tier perk. QR is an A tier perk. I will not debate on this one. It goes over there.
That's way too far to the right.
I mean, yeah, but there might be other perks in B tier. I got to give it space, and we'll adjust.
Sure. Well, I don't think there's more perks in B tier personally. Okay. In my I'm gonna have to go double tap 2.
Double tap 2.
Double tap 2.
Up in A tier.
Up in A tier.
I think double tap 2 belongs in A tier.
Because I mean, like, it just imagine double tap 1, but more damage too. Good perk.
Yeah, not a lot to say. It just makes you shoot better bullets.
Your bullets are cooler and more awesome and shit. So it's a better, like, it's good. And now this. So we're gonna go S. We're gonna go SS. Just because I want 2 more tiers. Do I want 2 more tiers? I don't know. I don't. This rounds out A tier.
Okay.
Cherry rounds out A tier.
Cherry at the end of it. I thought you meant that like Cherry was an S tier. I was about to go, what the fuck?
Nah, Cherry rounds out A tier though.
Cherry's an A tier perk. I agree with that.
Yeah,
Cherry's a good A tier perk.
It is. No, I'll say it is an A tier perk purely due to Mob of the Dead. If Mob of the Dead isn't even the first introduction of Cherry, if it was already a perk, this is a B tier perk.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think Cherry has enough utility on every map that it's on.
I agree. It's a perk with a lot of utility. If other than Mob of the Dead, I'd put it in B tier. This is nothing against the perk. This is just saying other than Mob of the Dead, it's a B tier perk. But on Mob of the Dead, it is 1000% vital.
Yeah.
That is one of the only slights I'll put against Mob of the Dead is that you don't have a choice with perks. You need to use the 4. Unless you're like
See, what would have mitigated that is if they had more than 5 options.
Yes, however, because like you don't need double tap, but like you're gonna get fucking Deadshot over double tap? No, you're not. No, you're not.
You're definitely not getting it over something like Cherry. Jug, you don't even need to talk about.
Now this is where I'm. The next 2 spots are very up to debate to me.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna bring them both up. I'm gonna bring them both up because I want to have this conversation.
Okay.
Stamina Up and Widow's Wine.
Stamina Up's better than Widow's.
Stam's better than Widow's, you say?
In my opinion, yes. Stamina's better than Widow's.
I think it's real close. I don't know. Because they're both...
I will look at... I will look at Widow's from the perspective of... I mean, as a casual player, it's obviously like a top tier perk.
It's goated.
It's incredibly useful.
This looks so nice,
but
dude.
That being said, from the perspective of high rounds, Widow's isn't used at all in high rounds.
Yeah, but...
Because it crashes the game. You cannot use Widow's.
I mean, in that case, if we're going to rank like stabs on Origins, you're going to toss the Fire Bow in F tier because it's not viable.
The Fire Bow on Origins?
Yes, the Fire Bow on Origins. This is where you get your. This is where
I mean, if we're talking in
content.
context of high rounds, which I think is important to mention for the perks. Then
I agree, it's important to mention. However, Widows.
I think for me that would make Widow. I think Widows is still probably at lowest. I would put it high A tier. At the lowest, I think. If we're talking just in a general sense, if we're talking purely high rounds, it's bottom tier perk because you can't use it.
If we're talking high rounds, everything is just either a bottom tier or a top tier. There's no in between. It's either it's used or it isn't.
That is, and yeah.
It's used. it isn't used. It's used. It's Juggernaut. Like yeah. So let's just it's over here. It's over here because this isn't up for debate.
Yeah, I think Stam goes over Widows for me.
Personally, Stamina Up is my favorite perk. Oh, we got a minute left. I got it on my keychain. I got a little Stamina Up boy. I don't know if it's... Stamina Up. I don't know if it's visible, but it's a little Stamina Up bottle cap.
Yeah, that's probably good enough.
I think as a quality of perk, I think I prefer Widows.
Yeah, Widows is really good. I think I like Stamina Up more.
Because Widows just saves you.
Yeah, so, Widows is really nice for just casually playing because it just like.
I'm rubbing all up on my mic. I'm feeling all up on my mic. But this is our perk ranking, worst to best. Tombstone, Who's Who, Deadshot, Mule Kick, Double Tap 1, PhD, Speed Cola, Voltrade, QR, Double Tap 2, Cherry, Widows, Stam, Jug. Although I disagree, I think I put Widows above Stam. QR, you could probably push to the top of B, right? Yeah, no.
Top of A tier, you mean?
No. Push him down.
I got
it. So this is our perk ranking.
Yes, sir.
And I think that there are like some definitive lines here for me. There's a definitive line here. There's a definitive line here and here.
Yeah.
Nothing that's in D can go into C. No. Nothing that's in C can go into B. Nothing that's in A can go into S. Nothing that's in C can go into D. We're back.
Still haven't figured out the camera thing. We just got a timer set.
We got a timer set, so we know. But it was a good cut though.
It was a clean cut, yeah.
This is our perk ranking.
Yeah, so now we can start talking a little bit about some other stuff.
What I want to talk about, because we're still talking about perks, I think we can fully move on to the custom map in a little bit. But I want to keep talking about the kind of viability of perks. And then when I'm talking about the viability of perks, I'm talking about the viability of getting perks on various maps.
Yep.
How good is the free way to get perks on some maps?
Yeah.
How cool is it?
First one. Let's just jump in.
Let's go map by map and give it a tier.
Okay.
You cool with that?
Sure.
Ascension is like it introduced it.
It was the first map that you could get more perks on.
Which is cool.
It was the first map that had more perks, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It introduced Stam and PhD.
which is hype, which are two, because even though PhD is all the way in the below average there, it's fun. PhD is super fun. Cops and Mustang is out here with a...
Yeah, PhD is a really cool perk, and then Stamina Up is Stamina Up.
Yeah. But so they're really good. And but Ascension's like a solid B, in my opinion.
I would agree.
Solid B. Now Call the Dead, which is next. That's an A for me. I really fuck with the George shit.
I think George is kind of annoying.
I think he's kind of annoying, but just clap his ass, bro. Beat his shit in.
I mean, sure, but then he's always there.
No, you beat his shit in, and then he's gone for the next 2 rounds.
I mean, yeah, but then he's gonna be back. And if you want to play a game where you don't kill him, then that's you just kind of can't. He's just there. Just
clap his shit in. However, I do understand the viability or the situation of you just don't want to do that. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, with Call of the Dead, it doesn't give you the choice on that.
You have no choice.
George is just kind of there always.
Which is unfortunate, and I agree. But however, I do enjoy Call of the Dead. Call of the Dead's a solid A-tier map for me, and I think that's a big point for me. I like it.
I do think George is cool. I think it's B for me though, just because.
Also, it's fucking George Romero.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
I do think it would be cool if there was like, if they made it so that you could have like, you had to piss him off, and then he would like become Boss George. You had to like opt into it.
Like maybe he's at like a director's chair, just doing his like,
yeah.
Let me flip to the script. Let's flip the script up in this shizzle whizzle. Yeah, I think it's really cool though. I really enjoy the George thing. So personally for me it's A tier.
I think it's B.
Alright, Shangri-La, like C to D. It's bad.
Really?
Yeah, it's bad.
I kind of disagree.
No.
I think that Shangri-La is kind of cool in that it makes you have to kind of decide between having a max ammo, which is a really valuable drop, and trying to flip it to get a perk. It's a little bit risky. There's like some risk reward. You're giving up at max. You got to deal with zombies while you're doing it.
I mean, I agree, but I find it quite difficult.
I think at the very least that bumps it up from like CD. That makes it like B tier. I like the risk reward of it.
So I mean, that's the levies against various other things other than the next one, which is F tier. It's shit.
What is the next one? Oh yeah.
We'll get to it when we get to it. But it's bad. I think it's really bad because I think that it's really difficult and like. Now, I'm okay with there being danger, obviously, because we've talked about Buried and how I think that Buried isn't a great map, which there's no danger in it. But, I don't know, it always seems way more of like a nuisance to get when you have to okay, you have a challenge. This is what you have to do. You have to stop this thing from happening when, or everything is more task-oriented, when in Shangri-La, it's very, like, time-based. It's, you got the max ammo, you go, oh, fuck. Do I want a perk right now? Yes. Yes, I do. And then you have to sit around and wait, and because it's such a tight map, you have to stay safe in that area while also not killing the monkeys that would show up. And then the monkey shows up, and you have to time it really tightly. But it's like a step too difficult, in my opinion.
I like the risk reward aspect of it.
Fair enough, but I think it's a step too difficult.
I think you could say it's like low B tier.
I'm willing to put it in C.
Low B. Final offer.
F.
B. Checkmate atheist.
Fuck.
All right, so we put Shang in B tier.
It's in B tier. Moon F. F tier. F.
Hey, to be fair, I think Moon was the first map to introduce the all perks from an Easter egg. I believe
that's cool. That's cool.
So we gotta take both methods into account because Moon being the first to do the Easter eggs, if I'm actually correct on that, which I'm not 100% sure.
It might be
whichever map did that first, like top tier.
Whatever did that first, bump that up a tier. Just bump it up a tier.
I don't know, not bump it up. Let's just say Easter egg for perks. Top tier.
Yes. However, the QED throwing into machines is shit. It's bad. You're just going, do I want to get a perk? I've got a couple shots. If that picks up, it's gonna be really funny. Toilet. But Moon is it's bad. Surprising. Who would have thought that from Moon something bad would come out of it?
There could also be one of the coolest things though in Moon.
Agreed. However, it's shit. It is shit. And then we go to Transit. I mean, you kind of gotta look at that. That's how you get free perks on Transit.
It's not free perks. It's just, I mean, it's extra perks.
Yeah, so it's an extra perk thing. Okay, yeah. And then Die Rise, which is cool.
Die Rise, I'd say for me, it's like a solid C tier.
I think I'd put it in B.
In B.
If that's audible, it is less funny now.
I feel like it's very B tier heavy so far. What we've got.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
I might move Shang down a bit just because we've put so much in B tier.
Yeah, L. So checkmate, atheist. And then Mob of the Dead. Buried, I think is cool.
Buried is cool.
I'd put Buried in A.
I would agree. I was gonna say A.
Pure. So here's why. I think the way you do it is a B tier thing, but if you know Buried, if you know how to do it, 2 free perks.
You can get 2 free perks, and also just the witches being able to take your points and it being like kind of a different thing.
It's different and it's cool. I like it.
It's different. You can't use the paralyzer, which is cool.
Yep. As much as
the witches can like mess up your game without just killing you, which I think is a really cool thing.
Well, they can kill you.
I mean, yeah, but they can also That's not
if they put you at the bottom of the food chain, you're dead.
I mean, yeah, but like the main thing is they just take your points and they can like fuck you over by just like
you get
reducing you to nothing.
You get predatored by the witches. But so yeah, it's an A tier.
Yeah, I agree.
And then we get to Origins. S. I think it's the best situation we've ever seen of getting extra perks. I think it's so goddamn cool. Just the digging up perk spot or getting enough dig spots to get a golden shovel, and then you have to get a zombie blood. You use that to just fucking book it around the map. You fucker, you can't do that. Stop.
Our cat is messing with the tripod right now for the camera.
Dream. Be afraid, Jambo. Yeah, but so I think Origins is S tier, as it is in most things, but it's S tier.
This might surprise you. I'm not as big of a fan.
You suck dick and balls.
See, maybe
not that that's a bad thing. Just stole a joke from fucking what was that show?
Who cares?
Seinfeld. I think it's a Seinfeld joke. Just to being like, that's gay. That's a problem. Hey, there's no problem with that. There's no problem.
Hey, good for you.
Good for you.
Good for you. You do it though.
But that's gay.
Yeah. So what I was gonna say though, maybe this is just like a lack of experience thing, but it always just seemed so like tedious to me. It's just a lot. You gotta go through the process of getting a golden shovel, and then you've gotta like wait for a zombie blood. Then you've gotta scour the map and hope that you find it, and then you've gotta do that every time you want a perk. And then you're probably not gonna find the right dig pile, so you're gonna need at least 2 zombie bloods, maybe 3.
I think it's one of the reasons why I think it's the best one is because it's much more passive. You don't have to go out and be like, okay, I'm getting my perks now. You can just go, okay, I'm in the mode of let's get extra perks, and then you then have the viability of you get your golden shovel, which is good, and then when you get on blood, you're like, oh shit, okay, let me whip out my boom hilda so I can shoot myself down that fucking tank path, and then you can just get perks, and then you can slowly get perks, but you also don't get free perks. You get extra perk slots, which I think is really hype. I
do. I like the extra perk slot. I like the idea that you get to buy the perk after that.
Also, it introduces a Wonder Fizz.
Yeah.
Which, if you want to put that there, which I think
Wonder Fizz is cool. Also, free double tap, which is really good.
Yes, double tap is also really cool. But I think it's really fun. You could also just get 9 perks, which is really hype.
I think being able to get 9 perks is cool. I think for me it's a little bit too tedious still for me to say it's like anything spectacular.
Yeah, I think it's S. You're wrong.
All right.
Shadows doesn't have it, other than the Easter egg. We're just gonna not include Easter egg. On the giant, I think.
Perkaholic.
Shut the fuck up. So we went over this before we started. But so on the giant, I think you can get it on a random thing from the teleport.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact method, but there's a way to get like a free perk bottle.
And if that's there, it's C.
It's like it's fine.
It's just because we can D tier because
Sure.
it isn't
right next to Origins.
Tier. Oh my god.
I don't actually believe that.
I was like, you didn't put it in a tier. You just went it's mid.
That was a lie in order to trick you and scare you, and it worked tremendously.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I hate you. All right. DE Easter egg, which is hype.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
Yeah, I don't think there's a way on DE.
Okay. Now Zetsubo, also in my opinion, I don't know if I say S, but A.
Zetsubo's another one that just seems kind of tedious to me.
Fuck you! It's not hard. You just go plant, boom, and then you walk away. And then next round, oh, gotta make sure to plant, boom.
I think this is one of the ones that I just kind of like haven't done, and so it scares me.
It's so fucking easy. You just,
sure it is. Yeah.
You just plant something. Okay, you like. I don't remember exactly what it is because I only have like a lot of them kind of known, you know. But it's like you plant a thing, you water it with a bucket of water, and you shoot it with the KT4, and then you do that same thing for 3 rounds, and then like they can spawn a perk.
Yeah.
However, when you do it too many times, you can't eat them anymore, or you have like a chance of throwing up. You go,
I've seen that. You can, like, throw it up.
And then you go, oh my god, it's moon, and then
Earth.
Stop. Stop it. You gotta stop.
Ooh, this one's Squid Game.
Squid Game.
You can't reference that on here.
Squid Game.
That's not. You can't make a reference to something. You know what? That one's for us.
That's one for all the mean skies out there. And
but very specifically, these two, Sky and Jax.
For these, that's out for y'all. Appreciate you. I just think you guys have a good podcast. No, you don't.
Are you talking like from the perspective of the audience to us?
Crovy. So the Easter egg, which is cool.
Yep, and then it also lets you get, I think, a perk or a perk slot from doing like the challenges in the spawn. Also, I'm pretty sure you can get a perk slot on Zetsubo from doing the challenges too, right? That's a thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Both of those I think are good. I like the challenges for perks.
Yeah, I like challenges.
I'd say like solid B, A tier.
B. I wouldn't put it in A tier, but I'd put it in
that range.
B.
Low A, high B.
Yeah. Rev.
Rev has the wall run. I like it. I like the wall run.
Yeah, I like wall run.
I think it's cool. It's simple. It's a nice little challenge. Puts your kind of BO3 skills to the test a little bit.
And also, like, you only do it sometimes. Like you only do it when it shows up.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I appreciate it.
Also Rev also has challenges for perks.
Yeah.
Which, again, same thing.
Yep, and then that is...
also Perkaholic. And On the House. And Soda Fountain.
And Unquenchable.
Any others? What are you doing?
And then it goes...
I get the gum animation. What is the... I don't know.
Double points.
I don't know.
Insta-kill.
Oh,
Nuke.
Oh, you mean... Oh.
What is it?
Raindrops.
Raindrops. Drop top. Yeah, that one.
You did such a poor job at expressing what it was. You were just like, yeah, you do the gum, and then it goes...
No, I did.
I mean, yeah, you did that later, but before it looked like you were just going...
But yeah, and then that's it. So yeah. Origins, yet again, is the best. Because it's the best one. And that can be the end of this topic. And we move on to the Great Leap Forward. And we're back.
And we're back.
And we're back. It has been a sizable amount of time. The camera died, so we went and got food, and then came back.
Jack, you can't just pull the curtain back like that.
I can pull the curtain back. Like this, look. You can't see that.
They can't look. You can't say look and then do something that is so far out of frame that they have no hopes of seeing it at all. What are you doing?
I pulled back our curtain. So, a great leap forward. It is a map. It's good. It's a fun map.
It is a map.
It's a map. We played it. We did, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Let's actually talk about it. It was a fun map.
It's a fun map, yeah. So it's made by this guy. It was him. He did it.
Yep.
Good for him. He did a good job because it was a fun map. There's they got kind of like a jump pad system, which is cool in some ways yet bad in others, where like there are kind of different portions of the map, which a lot of which can be gotten to via walking. However, a lot of it just has to be jump pad, which is kind of mid. But
yeah,
it's fine.
It was like, it's a city map. You're in kind of just the middle of a city, kind of big area. You've got kind of your ground level spawn area. You can go get to power, and then you've just got like some area to walk through and kind of play. And then once you get to a certain point, you get to a jump pad that launches you onto a pretty tall building. It's got like different segments of the map that you can only get to through the jump pads.
Yeah. And at the end of this map is the Winchester, which is a thing from the popular movie Shaun of the Dead. There's a cat here now. Hi. Come on, get on camera. Come on.
Yeah, so
there's a thing from the map Shaun of the Dead. They're like, there you go. Let's go. I
don't think she's on the camera. Can you see like the tail?
But so the thing from a movie called Shaun of the Dead, which is a zombie movie, and it's really fun. And like at the end, there's like a bar, and this guy made a map before, which is just the Winchester, and now this is a full map, which is pretty cool. And you got back a bunch down there. You have a machine. You have an arcade machine with Five Nights at Freddy's on it, and it gives you can spend $3,000 for a perk for both you and your teammate every round. Oh my god. But it's cool. You can get PhD, a lot of perks. It's like 10, right?
Yeah, 10 total perks.
It's all the ones from Cold War.
God damn it, I was gonna say that. Yeah, so when we were playing, I made a comment like I got all 10 perks, and I was like, oh, it's all the Cold War perks. And then it just wasn't the Cold War perks.
It isn't.
It just wasn't. Like a lot of them are there, but then Cherry's on the map, and then there's Widow's Wine and stuff.
And then there's like no death perception.
No death perception and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, none of that. But it's really funny. It was really funny.
It was funny. Yeah, the map was pretty good.
But also a caveat is that when we play these custom maps, barring certain situations, we'll be playing this map one time. One run.
Yeah, so this map does feature like an Easter egg and some side stuff that we didn't end up doing.
Didn't do it.
So we can't rate how good the Easter egg is. Knowing that it's a custom map and just the quality of the custom map, it was probably a fine Easter egg.
But I think the idea of what we're doing here is to go, this is a custom map we played. We think it's fun. If you want to get into it, there's a lot more things that we didn't actually play. If you want to play it, go for it.
Yeah.
And this is what it's called. It's made by that guy. I don't want to make you do that again. You don't have to do that again there. And
yeah, I was gonna say I gotta put his name up again. Oh, nuts!
But yes, it was a fun map. They got the scavenger on it, which is.
Yep, I think there was an upgrade quest which we didn't. Do,
yeah,
so
we didn't
you could
do
get
that
like
one.
an upgraded scavenger.
Yeah, there's like a table trading place, which is cool. And it's cool. Yeah, fun map.
Yeah, I don't like the jump pad system in that it really it super heavily segments the map. Take what Forsaken did with the teleporters and up that a little bit and make it worse.
But the issue with the way this map did it is that it's segmented in a direction.
Yeah, there's once you get to an area, you have to go to the next area. There's no back and forth. There's no alternate ways to get to certain areas. Mm-hmm. And also, once you're in the Winchester and in the Pack-a-Punch area, there's a sewer. Which has a minute long
no
animation.
Joke. Take the Crovy sewer, double it, and then add a year. and that's how long it takes.
Yeah, like Jack went down and I was in the Pack-a-Punch, and the only way to leave it is through the sewer pipe.
Yeah.
And I left it, and then he was like 3/4 of the way through his downtime.
It was over. I didn't have a
couldn't
chance.
save him. I did not have a chance, and then he yelled at me for it, and we got into a little tussle.
He came out here and we had a scrap.
We had a little arm wrestling match.
We laid down the mat and beat the shit out of each other for the next 28 minutes.
Yeah, arm wrestling match.
Safe to say, it was a draw.
Yep.
And yeah, so it's a good custom map. It's a good custom map.
Yeah, it was fun.
What would your rating of it be?
In terms of custom maps, I'd say it's hard to rate, but I mean compared to Leviathan, it's like a 6.
Yeah, if at some point I think our custom map of the week will be Leviathan.
Probably. We have to talk about it because it's Leviathan.
Because it is the greatest custom map of all time.
Yeah.
God, it's so good.
Leviathan is very cool.
It's crazy how much I hate Moon and then love Leviathan.
Yeah, because like I say, it has hindsight.
And it's just better. It's just better.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed this map though. I'm just gonna say it was fun. Solid like 7 out of 10.
Solid 7 out of 10.
Not perfect. It has some flaws, but if you're looking for just like a neat map, fun little gameplay, some Black Ops 2 weapons and stuff, good times.
But yeah, it's good. So it was good stuff.
What is your rating of the map?
Probably also a set. I don't know, because I think here's the problem. We are never gonna play maps that are 3s. 2s, 3s, we're never gonna touch.
That is true.
So I think that we should adjust our rating system to make it to like include maps that could not to include us, but to like adjust everything down a little bit, you know?
Sure.
Because like we're not gonna look up Penis Dick and play the map called Penis Dick, because Penis Dick is gonna be a shit map. It's gonna be really bad, and we're not gonna play Penis Dick, but we're gonna play Great Leap Forward, which is a fun map. However, on the scale of current custom maps, it's probably like a 5 at best.
Yeah, I'd probably agree. It does have some cool stuff, like the arcade machine.
It's cool. Like I played it and was not angry that I played it.
Yeah, we had a fun time.
I didn't feel as if I wasted my time.
I liked the perk icons on the map. It had like slightly altered perk icons.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything crazy, but they were just like a bit more vibrant.
Yeah,
I really liked how they looked.
They just did shit. It was cool.
Yeah. So it was a solid little custom map.
Man. So is that going to be it for our pod? This is going to be the shortest podcast of the dead.
Shortest Pod of the Dead episode. You want Jack? Let's see.
Take it over. Kick it to me. What did we say? It was going to be a speed run. So thank you for watching Pod of the Dead.
Jack. We're making history today.
Thank you for watching Pod of the Dead. This was episode 4 of Pod of the Dead.
Oh,
Pod of the Dead.
When Elodie walked over to me, she stepped directly on my balls.